We're getting low on beer.
Yes, there's a reason for that. You keep drinking it.
Listen up, it's Christmas Eve.
I've noticed. It was those people on the tube, wearing funny hats and throwing up all over each other that was the giveaway.
You are miserable. Look on me as the one come to show you the error of your ways. I am the spirit of Christmas past.
The spirit of Christmas pissed, possibly. You've been here 3.5 hours. Why aren't you spending a happy traditional Christmas Eve with Donna?
Well, I could, yeah, but I told her, hey, we'll get a lot of time together, but my friend Shelley's on his own, and I feel I should be with him.
So when'd she throw you out?
How can you say that? This morning.
Who did she catch you with?
Oh, give me a break. I don't know where you get this idea that I'm some kind of Lothario.
Maybe it's because you order your condoms from a wholesaler. You're the only man I know who actually oils his trouser zip. I think philanderers were named after you.
Well, look on the bright side. Now I can stay with you and we can have a good old traditional British Christmas together.
I don't want one.
Remember the great Christmases we had in the Gulf? The tree, plum pudding posted from England, the nativity set that Abdul got together?
Oh, yes. 1 shepherd, 2 Jesuses, 2 wise men, and 67 camels.
And it made you dress up as Father Christmas? Woo, that was funny.
Yes, especially when I collapsed from heat exhaustion. They had to rush me to hospital.
Yeah. And who was the only one that came to visit you? Me.
Only because you fancied one of the nurses.
Hey, but I came. No. I wouldn't want to call in any old favors.
Ah, all right. But no traditional getting smashed and stuffing ourselves silly till we look like the Michelin Man.
Sure, but well, you snip up the supermarket and pick up a few bits and pieces.
A few bits and pieces.
What's the matter? Don't you like shopping?
That wasn't shopping, that was looting. Look at the size of this turkey. We'll need a forklift truck just to get it in the oven.
Yeah, you need a good-sized bird.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was a horse with wings. Must be the only turkey that's actually fatter than Bernard Matthews.
That's the trouble with you Brits. You think small.
Oh, of course, you Americans, you've always got the biggest of everything, the biggest buildings, the biggest cars, biggest Wally as president.
Oh, be fair. Old George is a great improvement. There's several international crises he's not slept through. Anyway, come on, Shelley, you can't bait me. I am not a typical American. No pickup truck, no baseball cap, no check trousers.
Usually no check. 2 dry white wines, please. Anyway, I've seen you in a baseball cap. It's always puzzled me. It had "Eat Ted's Torpedoes" written on it.
A torpedo is a very large sandwich. It's real big. It's about 2 foot long.
I suppose the Nouvelle Cuisine version's only 1 foot 6 inches long. Honestly, you're an... Graham. Graham, what's the matter?
Everything. This is the worst day of my life.
Don't tell me one of the other stockbrokers is playing with your portable phone and won't give it back.
Carol's left me.
So what's the bad news? My God, it means it.
I found this note.
Graham, it's all over. I found someone else. Love, Carol. P.S. Don't forget to pick up the dry cleaning.
Very sorry, Graham.
She meant everything to me. I don't know what I'm going to do for next week. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to kill myself.
You mustn't do that.
Why not?
Well, you're... Phil, tell him.
Well, you're young.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. I've got years of loneliness ahead and Christmas Day on my own. I can't stand it.
Well, why don't you spend Christmas Day with us?
I couldn't. But then I've got nowhere else to go. Why not?
Great.
Will there be enough turkey?
Hey. Is the Pope a Catholic?
Yes, I think so.
It's just a matter of time, Graham. And it was rough when me and Fran split up.
And when me and Donna split up. And when me and Sue split up. For that matter, when me and Carrie split up. Yeah, and even when me and Donna split up for the second time.
I don't think I came up to Carol's standards. You know, she used to think I was a bit thick. God, I feel ill.
Oh, poor bastard, just losing her like that.
Poor bastard marrying her in the first place. Carol, though. Fancy her having a bit on the side.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on. She listed sex under non-profit making activities. I can just see her wall planner. 12:30 meeting, 12:47 sex, 12:49 orgasm, 12:50 lunch.
I'm sure she had desires, just like any other human being.
She's not a human being. She's an estate agent. Only thing that got her sexually aroused was the sight of a first-time cash buyer.
I don't think that's fair.
Not fair? We're talking about Carol here. Are you feeling all right?
Sure. I'm just upset about Donna, that's all. It's Christmas that does it, you know. More marriages break up now than any other time.
It's having to sit through the bloody Sound of Music year after year.
There's even more suicides at Christmas.
You don't think he'd do anything silly, do you? What am I saying? He's never done anything else yet.
Is there anything dangerous in there?
Only a Giles Brandreth joke book. Oh, no, there's a bottle of paracetamol. Graham.
Graham!
Leave me alone!
Oh, God. Phil, get him out of there.
Hey, Graham! Come on, man. Graham, can you hear me?
Once in Royal David City.
Thank you very much. Not now.
I hold it. We're carol singers.
You give us money.
Open that door, man.
I'm short of cash.
We take credit cards.
Will you two just come back later?
To break the door down, Graham. Look, it's no good. We're gonna have to break the door down. Okay? I've always wanted to do this. Gee, it works in Miami Vice.
We need something heavy. Something like an axe.
Why's that?
Well, so we can smash right through the... Graham! What were you doing in there?
Nothing.
There's paracetamol all over the floor.
How many have you taken? How many? How many?
One. One? I never could swallow pills.
Oh, those bloody carol singers. Look, shut off, will you?
Hello? Dad! I forgot we invited him for Christmas.
I tried here as there was no answer next door. Oh, don't stand there gulping, son. I need a drink. Come on, lad. Chop, chop.
I think perhaps Mr. Tapscotter should explain that, Graham's had some very sad news and, well, a few moments ago he tried to take some pills.
Typical. One little setback and he goes round trying to commit suicide.
Dad, Carol's left me.
Oh, good. I never liked her. You should have listened to me, you see. Just the two of us for Christmas dinner, is it then?
Well,
Shelley and Phil have offered, so...
Oh, nice of them to invite us. I hope you can cook a good turkey. You can use Graham's kitchen. He's got a proper one. Pour me a drink, son. Getting rid of the wife, it's good for you. My marriage didn't last, you know.
Now, there's a surprise.
She accused me of being overbearing. Well, I wouldn't stand for it to throw her out.
She left you, Dad.
Industry, that's what this boy should have gone into. Should have followed my example. You know, my friends tell me that last year I came that close to an OBE. Now then, where shall I put this suitcase?
Don't tempt me. Where's Grahame? Is he all right?
It sounds like a natural function. What's the father doing?
He's in Graham's flat putting up decorations. Can you imagine what this Christmas dinner's going to be like? I think we should stuff that turkey with sage and Valium.
Yeah, about Christmas dinner, you know, I just remembered I got this aunt living out at Hounslow.
She died. Forgot to mention it. They phoned while you were out of the room.
That must have been another aunt.
No. You got us into this dinner, and you're not getting out of it now. Hi! Okay.
Whenever I see a toilet brush, I think of Carol.
Really?
She threw one at me in our last quarrel.
How romantic.
We were finding it a bit difficult to get on.
Well, look, Grahame, how shall I put this? You see, God likes to have a good giggle, making people fall in love who are totally incapable of living with each other. I mean, have you noticed how non-smoking Muslim heavy metal freaks always fall for chain-smoking pig farmers with weak eardrums? I mean, I don't think love's blind. I think it's blind drunk.
I never thought she'd leave me.
Well, you must have noticed something. I mean, weren't you suspicious?
Not really. Well, maybe once. I found this strange thing in the bedroom. It was a sort of baseball cap. With something about eating submarines on it.
Torpedoes.
That's it. How did you know? It wasn't you and Carol, was it?
Oh, come on, Grahame, be realistic. I know I said opposites attract, but me and Carol? That's like Margaret Thatcher having an affair with Jerry Adams. You must have mentioned it earlier.
Probably. This all upsets me too much. I'm going to bed. No, really, just bed.
Oh, come on, there's probably several people in Wandsworth who would eat Ted's torpedoes baseball caps. Okay. But it's not me she's gone off with. And it was only once. And it wasn't much fun.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Well, it put me off the way she kept phoning house buyers while we were making out.
I'm sorry it wasn't a success.
Oh, I didn't say that. She sold a 4-bedroom house in Stockwell Park Crescent.
I don't know. When God was handing out the sex hormones, he certainly gave you a double.
Look, I have no reason to feel guilty. Or maybe I feel a tiny bit guilty. And maybe it's better if I'm not here tomorrow.
Oh, no. You're staying.
Hello, you two. It's gone 12. Happy Christmas. Come on, I thought we could pull a few crackers, sing some old-time songs, and then have a game of charades.
Phil, those pills Grahame tried to take.
Huh?
What you do with them?
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong, verily the sky is riven with angels singing. Glory!
Please, do you have to keep singing that?
I'm sorry, is it getting on your nerves?
Yes.
Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of... Where's the Yank this morning, then?
A good question. He's deserted me in my hour of direst need. Skulked away in the night like a jackal.
Never trusted Americans. Not since the war. They slept with a lot of our women, you know.
Perhaps that explains it. No one's told Phil the war's over.
What?
Nothing.
My sister Audrey was a terror for Yanks during the war. She had more American soldiers than Eisenhower. How's the turkey doing?
Should be ready on time
Good.
for New Year's Eve, 1993. Phil forgot to take it out of Graham's freezer. At the moment, it resembles the iceberg that sank the Titanic.
Do you think he's okay?
Oh, yes, he's delirious with joy. Any second now, he'll break into, oh, what a beautiful morning, and start turning cartwheels. Of course, he's not okay. He's deeply depressed. Just about the worst possible thing that could happen to him has. And on top of that, his wife's left him. I don't know what I'm going to do with this turkey. Perhaps I should give Sellafield a ring. They could pop it into one of their reactors on Regulo 5.
He's always been weak. I used to call him the runt of the litter. He's always lacked confidence.
I wonder why.
I don't know, it's a mystery to me. Ding dong merrily on high
Look,
in heaven.
please, don't sing any more carols, especially when I'm near to some very sharp knives. I can't trust myself. Now, why don't you go and try and cheer your son up? And remember, please, make an effort. Think before you speak.
You all right, son? Try to keep your pecker up, eh? OK, so she's gone. And I know how upset you must be that, well, that the marriage has failed, but look on the bright side. You'd have cocked it up sooner or later. You got it over with now. I think I'm bringing him round.
Actually, I'd like your advice on how the turkey's going.
Oh, right.
Yes. Tell you what, why don't you stick your head in the oven and have a nice long look?
Doctor to girl, big breaths. Girl to doctor, yes, and I'm only 16. Only 16. What does yours say?
Question. What do you call a boring old fart who keeps reading jokes from Christmas crackers?
Any sign of that turkey?
No, it still constitutes a danger to shipping.
A fine Christmas dinner this is. 7 bloody sprouts and a sprig of parsley.
Stop complaining, eat your sprouts, just be grateful. Some people in the world with nothing to eat at all.
This is true. And there are some poor souls spending a miserable Christmas. And alone. Wonder what Salman Rushdie's doing for Christmas.
Having a bloody sight better time than I am, I expect. Ah, let's watch television. ITV, a film. Oedipus Rex.
What's that about?
Son who kills his father.
Let's watch that.
Yeah, what about the Queen's Christmas royal address to her people?
Haven't you heard? Margaret Thatcher's doing it herself this year. She decided to cut out the middleman.
The old King used to do a good Christmas broadcast. Of course, he had a bit of a stammer, so it went on a bit longer. Ah, there's nothing to beat a good old family Christmas. Here, do you remember when we used to play British Bulldog on Boxing Day? Of course, you always started crying, you were so wet. One time he got so weepy, I had to take all his presents away.
Actually, there is one family Christmas I remember very well. I wonder if you remember it, Father. The Christmas of 1971.
Yes, I remember it.
That was a very lively Christmas, wasn't it? When we came to visit you in hospital after you'd had that nervous breakdown. Because you'd bankrupted the firm.
We don't have to talk about that now.
I'll never forget when that policeman told Mum they'd found you stark naked, standing on a parapet at Chiswick Bridge, shouting, "Come on, Cambridge!"
Please, son, not now.
One setback and you just disintegrated like a wet paper bag. What a weakling!
More sprouts, anyone?
You know what's always been your trouble, Grahame? You're totally bloody insensitive. People have feelings, you know. I just wanted to have a nice family Christmas. Not too much to ask, is it? In the twilight of your years?
Hang on, I'll get my violin.
Gordon Bennett, I don't believe this. This could only happen at Christmas. The stress Christmas puts people through. I blame King Herod. If he'd have been a bit more thorough, we'd all be sitting down on a normal day to a normal lunch, free from figs, flatulence, and fear.
Well, we're not going to overeat on a plate of sprouts, are we? I'm starving.
You want something to eat? You want something to eat? Right. Well, we got satsumas, walnuts, almonds, figs, dates, more satsumas. Crisps, chocolates, after eights, mixed nuts, more figs, and yet more stinking satsumas. The turkey should be perfect sometime around the millennium. When it's done, give me a ring. I should be in the airing cupboard, sticking pins into a wax effigy of Santa Claus. Stop crying, man, for God's sake. Hello, and a Merry Christmas to you. Oh, hello, Carol. Yes, Graham's here. Yes, he's here too. I'll put Grahame on.
Hello, Carol? Yes. Yes. Yes, I understand.
What'd she say?
She said she'd been thinking it over and she's changed her mind. She's going to pick up the dry cleaning herself. God, it was strange, Shelley, hearing her voice. I felt like I was totally alone. The only person in the whole wide world.
I know the feeling.
All right, listen, you two. We've got to cheer ourselves up. Now, those are carol singers. They symbolise the peace and goodwill which Christmas is supposed to be about. So, what I suggest is we invite them in, sit them down, give them a nice glass of sherry, and then beat the living crap out of them. Agreed?
Agreed.